know that thing where you wake up in the morning and for about 2 seconds, you're just yourself before your brain catches up? Those 2 seconds are the only peace I have, and then it lands every morning like a stone dropping. I have pushed away relationships. There was a woman I could have built something with 2 years ago. She started to get close, really close, and I ended it because intimacy requires honesty, and I am not currently a person who can be honest. I am a person who is holding too much underneath, and that kind of weight contaminates everything. I have also become a very good liar, not in an obvious way, in the way that's more dangerous. I've become someone who can look my best friend in the eye and laugh and talk and be normal. And that normalcy is its own kind of sickness. The fact that I can do it so well means something has quietly shifted in who I am. I don't entirely like who I've become. The thing that I can't shake, the question that gets louder the older she gets, is this: what am I actually protecting? Because I told myself I was protecting him, protecting the family, protecting the child from disruption. But a child grows. A child asks questions. DNA tests exist now in ways they didn't before. Life is long, and truth has a way of finding its own door. If this comes out in 10 years, when she's a teenager, that is not a survivable situation for anyone. Not for him, not for her, not for their marriage, and honestly, not for me. A secret kept that long doesn't just hurt people. It breaks them in ways that don't fully heal. And if I'm honest, completely honest, part of the reason I'm saying this now, even anonymously, even here, is that I am starting to feel the weight becoming unbearable. There are days I pick up my phone to call him, and I just stare at his name and think, you don't know who you're calling brother. That's not a sustainable way to live. I've thought about telling him. I've thought about it more times than I can count. I've started the conversation in my head. I've imagined every version of his face. The confusion first, then the calculation, then the moment it lands. I don't know if our friendship survives it. I genuinely don't know. He's a good man, but this is not a small thing. This is not something you absorb and move past easily. This is the kind of thing that restructures a person's identity. Who he is as a husband, as a father, as someone who trusted me completely. I also think about her. She is an innocent child in all of this. She didn't choose any of it. She deserves a stable world. But does she also deserve to know the truth someday? And if she does, who is responsible for that? I don't have answers. I'm not standing here with a redemption arc ready to deliver. I haven't confessed to him. I haven't made peace. I'm in the middle of it, and the middle of it is deeply uncomfortable. What I know is this. There is a version of me that made a choice in a weak moment and then spent 4 years compounding that choice with silence. And silence is also a choice. It's the choice I keep making every day by not speaking. And there is a little girl who laughs like me, who furrows her brow like me, who has no idea I exist as anything more than her father's friend. The man who shows up at parties, who ruffles her hair and says, "You're getting so big." She doesn't know. He doesn't know. And I know everything. And somehow that is the loneliest place of all. I don't know how this ends. I don't know if I'm brave enough for the truth. I don't know if brave is even the right word for it. Maybe it's just the honest word for a kind of destruction I'm not yet ready to cause. But I'll say this, and I want whoever is listening to really hear it. The cruelest part of a secret is not what it does to the people who don't know it. It's what it slowly does to the person who does. I am still here, still carrying this, still watching, still trying to figure out if there's a version of the right thing that doesn't require me to lose everything. I don't think there is. And maybe knowing that is where it actually begins. This was one voice that stayed in the dark for a long time, until today. If you're carrying something silently, just remember you're not alone. This is the confession chamber, where secrets speak and truth begins to breathe. If this story made you feel something, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, so more voices don't stay hidden in silence. And if you have a story, you can share it anonymously. Just press submission link on below. Maybe it will be the next voice heard here, because sometimes healing begins with telling the truth. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.